Hello and welcome to another episode of my Road to 50. This is the second to the last episode of my official Road to 50 series. And it is Friday, why was I going to say September? What a weirdo. It is Friday, January 16th. And I weighed in at 115.5 pounds today. My waist is 24 inches. It's been 24 inches for a few days now, which is crazy to me, honestly.
24 inches?
Yeah.
You got like a little girl waist.
It's tiny, but it's making my boobs look huge. The amount of comments, you guys, I've gotten from people saying, well, it helps that you got a boob job. Yeah, no, I got this boob job many moons ago. But it's all perspective. It's because my waist is small, so it makes my boobs look bigger. To be honest, they actually got smaller. Because you lose fat on your boobs too. Pretty much only implant left. Anyways, so I thought for today's episode, I will, at the end, we'll go over pictures because I will take pictures tomorrow, so I'll insert it into the end of this video. So we'll go over pictures, what my plan is, where I'm at. I definitely feel like this week I made some progress in terms of, the scale didn't move much, but in terms of I feel like a release of body fat. I also have felt hungrier, and usually that means you're dropping body fat. So yesterday I was hungrier. I was just hungrier this week. And, I've been eating a little more, to be honest. Yesterday I ate 1,800 calories because I was just hungry. I stayed within my range, but just ate more. Plus, we had a half a cookie we went to get sourdough bread, and I had half a cookie.
Which I didn't log, by the way.
Yeah, see, it was extra. So I had the half a cookie, and then I'll be honest, in Costco, there's samples galore, and I just helped myself to every little sample. And I didn't really account for it. So it was just one of those days. But my weight held at 115.5. And yeah, so in today's video, what I wanted to show you guys is a full day of eating. So every day, the entire cut, I have had a Bear Bells protein bar in the morning along with an energy drink. And then I have 2 meals usually and a snack at night. That's kind of like my schedule. Sometimes I will have another snack before my workout, depending. And those days are a little higher calorie days. So the way it's working out is I'm more of 1,750 calories on my workout days because I have the extra snack. And I'm more of 1,600-ish on non-workout days because I don't have that extra pre-workout snack. But I've kept the same range the entire cut, 1,600 to 1,800 calories. And that is, that's what's going to see me through the end. I'm not going to do anything drastic. I ended up not increasing my steps. I just kept, because I'm having progress, so I'm not having to push anything. So you don't push if you don't need to. And I'm not in this crazy rush. So I didn't end up doing any cardio. I didn't end up having to go for broke on the steps. I'm still targeting 8,000 steps, but sometimes I fall short, if I'm being honest. Yeah, so that it's kind of been pretty smooth in terms of what I've been doing. Locked in on the habits though, getting the steps in, locked in on the nutrition. So that's been kind of nice because I wasn't sure if I was going to add cardio or any of that. So I didn't do any of that. Right now I'm going to have pasta, spaghetti noodles with, ooh, yeah, look at that. Serving? Yeah, let me just show it. Ooh, look at that. Spaghetti. How many ounces of the sausage you do?
3.5.
Okay, perfect. Spaghetti with meat sauce, and it's just regular pasta. It's regular pasta. It is ground beef, sauteed in onions with a jarred spaghetti sauce. And I've been having that for lunch. We've been making a batch. We've done that a couple times throughout this cut, where we just Mike makes a batch and we eat that for lunch. It's nice carb up, working out in maybe a couple hours will be our workout. So nice little carb up, and then I'll probably have a little rice cake with almond butter and honey before the workout. It's kind of like the format I have followed. So spaghetti, and then we'll see what we're having for dinner. Probably some sort of bowls. We've been having bowls a lot lately. Really good. Maybe we should do steak. I'll show you guys when that is. So it's kind of like a full day of eating and exactly what I have been doing. And I have the entire time, I have also ate the same way I always eat. I did not like, oh my God, I'm cutting, so I need to like do something special. It is still burgers and fries. It is still pasta dishes. It is our Trader Joe's hack meals, the soup, sourdough bread, our cheesy gondola. Like everything has been the same. Recently, I've been making sure, and that's why I'm having the pasta lunch, making sure that I'm getting in enough carbs before I get my workout in, so that like carbs is not an issue. And ever since I've been doing that, let me tell you, I feel strong. I feel almost as strong as I did when I was in my build. So it made a huge difference to really pay attention to the carbs. So I get lazy about stuff like that sometimes. But yeah, so it's been really successful, I would say. Do you have anything to share with? How do you feel about this? Almost done. Mike's on his road to 51.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm not there yet, but I'm close. But like you were saying, is everybody tries to starve their weight off and try to undereat. That's when they make the mistake because they get desperate. Diet or caffeine free?
Oh, regular. I need some caffeine.
So everybody tries to do some BS what they're eating, and they try to starve themselves thinking it's going to work, and it will work, and then your metabolism will stall.
Yeah.
And you're going to be extra hungry for no reason. And we eat, like you said, nothing changes. We're still eating the same. People probably don't believe how we eat. Like we eat pasta, breads, burger, fries, everything. A cookie here and there. So it's just making it all work. It's just, to me, I look at everything that's food as like numbers. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
I just know how to make the numbers work.
And I set out to do this process to stick to my guns on my style, because it's what I teach my clients. And so I'm practicing, I'm just showing all of my teachings on myself, deliberately, like going through that process, gaining weight, and that's not easy to do. I could have just stayed where I was at and lost a couple pounds, felt good. But that's not going to teach anything.
Tell them ain't teaching.
No,
show them.
You got to show.
Got to show them. Got that from a boxing coach. Tell them ain't teaching.
Look at this, you guys. This is lunch,
like,
and it is spectacular. This is what I would like to say for people like, I don't know how to. It's so hard because my family's not on board. Your family doesn't eat spaghetti with meat sauce. Your family doesn't have burgers and fries. Your family, doesn't have a bowl of popcorn at night when they're watching a movie. That is not an excuse. You can absolutely be on a journey with a family that enjoys those kinds of things. The only difference between them and you is maybe you're monitoring your portion sizes. You're having a small handful of Milk Duds with your popcorn at the movies instead of 2 candies and a Slurpee. But you're still partaking. So that is just a mindset shift. That is just because you've decided you're going to do something and you're going to do it regardless of people around you, regardless of your surroundings, regardless of the plans, the holidays, the vacations, because you can absolutely execute on the plan, especially the way we structure ours in such a flexible, balanced way while still getting results.
I do got something to say, actually.
Uh-oh.
Nothing, and I mean nothing, makes my blood boil. And I got on my clients about this recently. I got on one of my guys. Nothing makes my blood boil worse than it was the holidays. So you slipped up. So what? When did we give you a hall pass to just go crazy or just slip up? So what is the holidays? So we went through the holidays. We're on a cut. So it's a mindset shift. So I keep thinking about like why people don't succeed and why they're overweight, why they look the way they do. Because they don't want it bad enough. They find every excuse. They make 10 excuses why they can't want it bad enough. I saw some dude yesterday. I started following him because I respect what he did. He says what I do as a dad. He has 3 kids, very good shape. And one guy just kept debating him or arguing, talking about, well, first he said, you don't have kids. He goes, I have 3 little ones. He hates. Then he says, oh, the time or something. Made something about time. Is I have to actually drop off, pick up my kids. He goes, I just choose to get up at 4 a.m. and knock out my workout early, so I can get my day started. You know, I get up early, I go to bed earlier. And this guy he wouldn't shut the F up. He was just looking for excuse. Like, bro, stop trying to validate your insecurities or your mental weakness for this man's success. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to find an excuse why you can't do it and he can.
No, what I've
24
gotten,
hours in a day. We all have the same 24 hours in a day.
No, what I've gotten a few times is, but, what about the HRT and peptides? Like, they do nothing for my weight.
Nothing.
Zero for my weight. First of all, I'm not on peptides for weight loss. I'm on peptides for anti-aging.
Yeah.
But the HRT just helped me be happier in life. Like, I could sleep, and it's like a trickle effect. But HRT, to be honest, if you are not on any kind of program and you just start taking HRT thinking it's going to be like a solution, you'll end up just gaining weight.
HGH and still gained a bunch of weight. You cannot.
No offense, but there's these big menopause doctors that are all about their HRT, and they're big on all these things, balanced diet and eating for menopause and all that stuff. And none of them, the big names out there, have a physique that I would desire.
Exactly.
So even though they've got HRT figured out and menopause and doctors and nutrition and nutrients and health, and none of them have a physique that I aspire to have.
Nope.
So
Not one.
That's just not the end all be all.
Just like they speak for our industry.
But I have, because there's some people that can't take HRT, and so this is good news for them. But so it's like, what do you do if you can't take HRT because your health or whatever it may be? What you do is you focus on the symptoms that are impacting your ability to stick to your good habits the most. Typically, I start with sleep. There's ways to improve sleep even without being able to take progesterone. There's things you can do. You have to have a good sleep routine. That has to be a focus. You have to focus on it. You have to try to make it better, because that will impact your ability to go work out the next day, your energy. So that's what you do. You focus on the symptoms. It does not mean you're not a lost cause if you can't take HRT. I promise you that. I actually lost my 10 pounds of menopause weight gain before I ever started taking HRT. And I had hypothyroidism that was untreated at the time. I was still able to lose the weight. So, there's hope if you can't take HRT. All right, you guys, this is my favorite little snack right now. Honey, almond butter, rice cake. Okay, I want to talk supplements really quick. First off, I want to show you what I do in the morning, because I didn't start the camera in the morning because I'm half asleep and dead. This is the first thing I have every single morning from One Up Nutrition. Hydration Plus and colostrum. So this colostrum replaced their Gut Health Plus supplement. They don't have that supplement anymore. You don't need that one if you're doing this one. This one is better. Helps you with digestion. Also helps to repair if you have gut lining issues, like it's damaged from poor gut health, to repair your gut lining, leaky gut, things like that. And this is just an amazing supplement. And it has postbiotics in here as well as digestive enzymes. And yeah, so this stuff is supposed to be good for like immunity and everything. And I have to say, you guys, over the holidays, Mike was sick, Tyler was sick, Alyssa was sick. Tyler was sick twice. I was around all of them. I did not get sick. I traveled on an airplane, did not get sick. I think that's where Mike got sick. So I love this supplement, and Mike doesn't take it, but he probably should. Okay. So that's the morning. Right now, I am going to the gym, and so I do a scoop of creatine. Now, I do a scoop of creatine every day, regardless of whether I'm going to the gym. But when I'm going to the gym, I do it like during my workout. But when I'm not going to the gym that day, they have a couple of different versions of this. I do the creatine plus hydration in the morning on a non-gym day. Since this is a gym day, I'm going to do the creatine tone and define. Gives you a little like energy boost, along with a scoop of pre-workout. Now, if you're thinking, pre-workout, what is that for? What does it do? Well, let me tell you. it will increase your mind-muscle connection and just your connection to the workout. You will get a more effective workout. It increases like that clarity of like, what muscle is this supposed to be working? Flexing the right muscle. It gives you pump, and it also gives you energy because it has caffeine. Now, if you do not want one with caffeine in it, you could also get a pre-workout that's stimulant-free. So, also what I have to say about One Up Nutrition is their flavors make drinking all of these powders and such not difficult at all because they are so good. And then, since we're on the subject of supplementation, this is something I take one a day. One a day. You know how they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away? It's kind of like that with this. One a day keeps things going. You know what I'm saying? One a day equal one a day, if you know what I mean. So I love this. I only do one pill, one a day. It's 120 capsules. So one bottle is going to last you for 4 months. The only time I would increase the number of pills is if for whatever reason I do get constipated or backed up. I will bump up the volume until I'm back to one movement a day. And then I go back to one pill a day. So that works like a charm. So that's kind of like my little One Up Nutrition supplements. Those supplements got me all the way through this cut along with Clear Protein, because Clear Protein's 80 calories, 20 grams of protein. And it's super easy to drink. You just drink it over water and ice. I mean, you could even add it to your shaker cup and, you know, with other powders in it. I like to combine powders because it's like I don't want to be drinking all these different things. Like, how many jugs of water am I going to drink to get all these powders? So I'll just throw them in. I don't even care if the flavors don't mesh because it just always tastes good. Because One Up Nutrition really does a great job. Creatine especially, it is a product that if it is not a good flavor, you're going to have a hard time getting it down. And One Up Nutrition just has the best flavors. This one is sour watermelon. It is so good. So they master their flavors. I just love them. I've been using One Up Nutrition for like 3 years now. Got my little One Up shaker cup. That's pretty much it in terms of like my supplementation other than vitamins. You know, I take, you know, fish oil and vitamin D3 and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of, so that's supplements. And I had my snacks. So far today, protein bar, energy drink, big bowl of pasta with meat sauce, a rice cake with 2 tablespoons of almond butter and honey. And we're gonna go get a workout in now. Maybe we'll do a couple clips of today's workout. Haven't done one of those in a bit. Hi, cuties. Come here, cutie. You guys want to see? You guys always see the littles, but do you ever see this guy? He's quite attached to me these days. My boy. My boy. He's always at my feet. He knows I need a foot warmer, so he's always warming up my feet. All right, so that's about it for that. We're gonna head over to the gym. I have a back workout. And maybe I'll get a couple clips of that, and then we'll see what's in store for dinner before we head over to the desk and look at pictures. So we've got ourselves quite a little second to last episode of Road to 50. All right, I switched up my arm position on the bicep curl per Coach Mike. You have to put your elbows kind of more in front, kind of like right in front of my hip bones. Makes it a lot harder. Rather than going up in weight, just changing position.
Way harder. Way different.
Decided to come chase a sunset after the workout.
Yeah.
It's beautiful up here.
Look at those mountains, man. Damn, these dudes are humping stuff.
God, you could see you could kind of like see what's going on. I love it.
Damn, this is going way back there. Look beyond this.
There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Hi. Hi, cutie. You're so excited. That looks yummy. Smells like In-N-Out Burger in here. We eat good around here, people. We eat what we love, always, cut or not. Huh?
I said we don't diet.
No, it's not a diet.
But we do watch what we eat.
Yeah.
We don't diet. Diets are policies.
Well, you can't stick to them. They're meant to be broken, failed upon. I've just been upstairs doing laundry and just tidying up some work stuff. And ready to have a delicious dinner. And I'll show you guys what that is. And I think for my nighttime treat, I got these. I'm gonna try one of these today. Dubai style pistachio cups. So I have a date with a pistachio cup and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Was that your plan?
Yeah.
Real Housewives. They're too excited.
Yep.
Drama show.
Yeah, it's on Friday nights. And that and the new
Oh, wow.
the
Friday
Valley.
night, huh?
Well, it's on Friday night. That's the Peacock. On Peacock because I don't have Bravo. So, and then the Valley Persian style, which I love that show. It's so good.
You don't like that new show about Palm Beach?
I didn't care for it, to be honest. It didn't like, I don't know, it didn't pull me in. You know how like I had, I'm out. I'm out here. I got reprimanded. I was in the chef's way. This beauty right here, literally, look at this. I know you guys have seen my burgers, Mike's burgers, I should say, a million times, but Friday nights usually our burger night. And
This is our In-N-Out here.
yeah.
No need. Much cheaper too.
Mm-hmm. Mmm.
Like beat inflation. Eat at home.
So good.
Learn.
I had spaghetti for lunch and burger and fry for dinner.
Yeah.
And we got progress picture day tomorrow, so I'm gonna enjoy this burger. Have some popcorn and probably Dubai chocolate for bed, and then I don't know. We'll see how my appetite is, and then that's about it, you guys. That's a full day of eating, and that's how we do it. So, what I'd like to say is I'll see you guys at my desk to go over this week's progress, and then that'll be it for episode 18. So we'll see what tomorrow holds, and then get ready for the grand finale of this all for next week. All right, you guys, it is time. I'm at my desk. It's actually, I think, a couple of days later, but that's my life. I want to go over my results with you guys. So I'm rounding out. It's 11 weeks now in this process. I have a week to go, technically. And then I'll begin a slow reverse diet, and we'll see where my calories land. I kind of think that they'll end up... Is my camera a little crooked? I think that's okay. I kind of think that they're going to end up around 1,800 or 1,900 as my maintenance calories, just because I'm so small. I did end up getting like pretty tiny. It's just crazy, the whole process, because what I can tell you, some of my thoughts are, it's going to probably take longer than you think, and you're probably going to need to lose more than you think. And I think I've talked about that before, but that's kind of the consensus for how I feel. So I'm going to pop up my pictures up on the screen, and where my weight bounced around last week from 115.7 to 115.3. So it bounced between, it was like half pound up and down. And where I was when I took the pictures was 115.3, so that was the low. But it went 115.3, 115.5, 115.7, but it's living in 115. And I feel really good, to be honest. I feel strong. I feel like different over this past week. I feel like I shed a layer of fat. It's not like I feel skinny or weak. I feel like my stomach is more like I can see my ab definition sometimes. You know what I mean? My reflection of, whoa, I see my ab, my actual 4. I would say 4. I definitely don't see the bottom 2, but I can see 4. And that's kind of, I haven't seen that since my competitor days when I was 35 years old. So that's kind of cool. Definitely feel the difference in my body. I even feel like my arms this past couple of weeks actually look bigger, but it's more of an illusion because the body fat is coming off of them. So it makes them look more ripped. You know what I mean? More like buffed. I don't know, hard to explain, but I'm not going to complain. My cellulite on my legs, the front of my legs is all gone, which is nice. The back of my legs, which also happened when I was competing, I still have a little cellulite right under my butt cheeks. I literally have had that since I was 12, I swear. And it doesn't go away until I'm stage lean. So, and honestly, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother me. I'm okay. My butt is more lifted. There's just a little bit of cellulite under my butt cheeks, which I'm totally fine with. But I had cellulite all the way down to where my knee bends. I've had it there and that's all gone. So I'm feeling good. My lower body fat is pretty much gone. It's just skin there now. So I'm really happy with the amount of fat loss because I feel like even though the scale, because last week the scale was 115.7, this week 115.3, but it bounced around most of the time was 115.7, 115.5 this week. So on the scale, that looks like, oh, it's like a stall week. It was not a stall week. I can tell you right, just by how my body feels, what I see in the mirror. And so that's kind of cool. But it really is cool to be able to look back at and see all of the pictures because it's so gradual week to week. But yet right now, I feel like my body is completely different than when I started. And then I also want to touch on one other thing. Because I had someone ask me the question, was the build part worth it? Because obviously I show the end of my build as my starting pictures, but really my starting pictures were when I did the build to begin with. So now let me just remind you why I did the build. I did the build for one, because I was literally in maintenance calories at 1600. Maintenance. I was maintaining. And I felt soft, cellulite-y, skinny, even just everything about my body felt like it was like I was a wrinkled bag of bones. That's what I felt like. I felt old. And I hadn't really done good leg days in quite a while. I hadn't lifted weights in 6 months. I had definitely lost muscle. I was just very skinny and my calories were already low. So it's like I could try to lose the body fat because my body comp was just not great. I could lose the body fat, but I'd have to drop my calories to 1,200 calories to do that. And I wasn't willing to do that. So even right now, we're at the end of this cut. This week I hit probably 17. I was hungry this week, I have to say. I could tell my body dropped fat, so I was hungry. I hit more of the 1,700 range this week. I also had a donut, I had a cookie, I had a little more indulgences, and I still feel like really good. I made it work within my macros, but I had more indulgences for sure. So based on that question, was it worth it to do the 4-month build? Yes, you guys, it was so worth it. When I look back at pictures, and pictures don't even do it justice, but I can tell being in my body, it was worth it. But when I look back at pictures, because I have a picture and I will share them here, when I started the build, I was 120 pounds, right around 120, 119.5. So just a few pounds heavier than I am right now, significantly more body fat. So I'm going to put the picture up on the screen where my arms are out. You can see right under here, like chicken wings, my arms, it was literally dropping. It was if you touched it, it was flat. Now, that is gone now. It's firm. I also built out my lats in the back. So my right under my shoulder, that has come out significantly. That gives you a more hourglass figure. I feel like my figure is more hourglass. Also in that side picture, you can see my core, how weak it was, because organs are just pushing forward down at the bottom. It looks like I have a pooch. It's really just a weak core where my organs are falling forward. Whereas through the course of the build, I built my core nice and tight by doing those leg days. And it's like it's a corset that literally holds you in tight. That's why my waist is so much smaller now. So my waist is 24 inches. It's even trending like a little smidge below 24. And when I was in this picture right here, I was like a soft 25 and a half. And then it got all the way up to 28 during my build. And then now it's like just a smidge below 24. So I lost 1.5 inches off my waist by doing this build. You can tell my arms are bigger, more muscular, more tone in the back, less body fat in the lower body. I probably put on about 7 pounds of lean muscle through the build, but retained about 5 pounds of it. And that's what it's reflected in the picture. So in 4 months, over the course of a 7-month process, 5 pounds of muscle, just a better body composition, a healthier metabolism, higher calories, totally worth it. And it was necessary to achieve the result that I wanted. I did not want to just look good in clothes. I want to look good naked. And that's what I've done. So I feel way better. I still have another week to go. And you got to think about this, even in the reverse, because I'm going to do a slow reverse. Even in the first few weeks of the reverse, I'll still be in a deficit. So I'll probably still continue to lose a little bit before it levels out. So I think by the time I'm done with the reverse and maintenance, I'm going to be really happy with the result. I'm going to end the Road to 50 series probably with a birthday vlog. But if you stay part of my channel, I'm going to replace the Road to 50 with other videos in that same genre. So I will go through that process of the reverse diet and what that's like, and then focus a lot on what I'm eating, nutrition, all of that. So make sure you stick around. So that's where I'm landed. We've got one more official episode to see where I really land, but happy about it. I am also super excited because I'm working with so many clients right now that are doing a very similar process, which is so fun because it's like art, sculpting the body and seeing what you're capable of. Because like I said, you've shared my picture when I was 30 years old on here before, but I just thought I had a thick waist and I could never have a tiny waist. So to be under 24 inches in my waistline at 50 years old, no trickery. I'm not wearing any kind of corsets or doing any funky things. It just is my regular waistline is pretty cool. And it just shows you what you can do. And also creating curves of the body. That is all illusion because I built my lats so I look curvier. So I look like more shapely because I built out my lats. That's what I mean by it's like an art form when you get this place. So I love working on these projects with clients as well. So whether you are on a fat loss journey or on a fit journey or on a journey to get shredded, it's what I do, you guys. This is my job. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm actually set up to do my client check-ins all day because this is what I do all day long. I work on these transformations with clients. And so if you're interested in potentially working with me, I have all kinds of different programs for different budgets. My daughter does the consultation call. She'll do a free strategy and consultation call. And because we all work together, I'm the main coach, and then we have Mike in the background, and then Alyssa she's a NASM certified trainer, does the fitness programs and does my consultation calls at the onboarding. And then you're all mine for the check-ins. So if you're interested, I'll put the QR code up on the screen, and maybe we can get something going on your road, because I'm so glad I did this. That's all I can tell you guys. It was the best birthday gift I could have given to myself, to really just decide on something, commit to it, and follow through despite all of the different curveballs that came my way. And there is no monetary value you can put on this feeling to have followed through, and I did it. And it creates such a confidence in me to tackle and achieve other things in my life and use that same commitment. It gives you so much confidence in your ability to follow through. And so I'm getting close to being able to wrap up this whole series, which is crazy, but here we are. So let me know if you have any questions down in the comments, or if you want to set up a strategy call with my daughter, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link down below. And I'll see you guys in the next and final episode.